Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
Nothing super about the storms we're watching, unfortunately, Ivan.
Yeah, and they could be super, in fact.
You got a big circle behind you.
Yes, it is a giant circle. We've got a lot going on in the atmosphere here to bring us, I think, several rounds of not just strong storms, but the potential for some severe storms as well. I don't like when these happen at night, but before you go to bed, just make sure you have whatever alerts you, particularly on your phone, and you may get woken up with a severe storm. And this is going to be, the first round tonight, and then we have more on the way forward tomorrow. So this is what we have going here as far as the timing of the storms. I think between 2 and 4 a.m. that's the initial cluster of thunderstorms that begins to develop and moves in to Broward and into Dade. And then between 3 and 6 o'clock, everything really organizing for what we call a squall line, which is a line of strong to severe thunderstorms that can bring damaging wind gusts, certainly. And that timing is terrible because that will be for the morning commute. And then if that wasn't bad enough, for the evening commute, a day tomorrow, that will be just a mess. That's a third round of severe weather potential here, and this is the way it's going to go. So some of the models a little bit earlier, some a little bit sooner, which is why I have that time range there, because they're not perfect here. But this is what I'm thinking is going to happen by the time we get into 2 a.m. See these little spots here. We could have a few discrete thunderstorm cells that develop out ahead of the main line, and those could bring us some severe winds. And then as the system continues pushing south and east, you can see that kind of just band of very heavy rainfall. This is going to be 1 to 3 inches an hour. Look at the clock there, 4 a.m. If you have a very early morning commute, that is blinding kind of rain, wet roadways, and so you want to give yourself extra time, I think, tomorrow. There you see at 6 a.m. beginning to see some improvement. We'll get a break through the mid part of the day, and then we just rack up once again another round coming up through the afternoon with a little secondary impulse here that's going to ride in, and that could coincide with our daytime heating. We could break out into sunshine, which is not good. That destabilizes conditions, and so then we're going to be wrapping things up finally. My goodness, by Thursday morning, still a few showers in the forecast, not severe weather at that point, and then we'll begin to dry things out nicely, I think. By Thursday midday, we'll have sunshine, and then for the rest of the week, you'll see in the 7-day forecast, we're looking much, much better. So the damaging wind potential is there. We talked about it yesterday. The hail potential is there as well. We've upped the flood chance, the flood threat, because there are going to be so many rounds of heavy rainfall, and there is going to be enough spin in the atmosphere where we could have some isolated tornadoes with some of those cells tonight. So there's the forecast for tomorrow. Rain, it's just, on and off, and there will be bands of heavy rain at all. Also the severe weather. Temperatures in the low 80s. Look at that improvement by the weekend. How about near 90 degrees for our first day of daylight saving time? We'll take it, but a front comes in and cools us off back to normal for Monday and Tuesday.